Considering the market cap of this company and the kind of acquisition that it is making in Molycop, it's a big news for Tega that we are looking at. Just to walk through what's happening with this acquisition that we are seeing. Now, Tega Industries will remain in focus in trade today, and this is on the back of the acquisition of Molycop that we are looking at. And this is at an enterprise value of 13,000 crore that we are seeing. What is interesting here is the kind of market cap that Tega Industries has. That is roughly about 10,000 crore. So this 13,000 crore will also include a 1,054 crore of a provision that would come in later, but this is in line with what they're doing with Apollo Funds. So with this, they'll form a SPV with which Tega will hold about 77% stake, while Apollo Funds will hold about 23% stake. But why are we looking at this big leap in terms of the acquisition? Now, if you look at the market cap of this, that is roughly 13,837 crore. Well, if you look at Molycop, they have about 10,820 crore. So it is a big news in terms of, where the valuation multiple stands, even in terms of, what the company does exactly, how does that pan out. It is interesting to watch out for now about Molycop. It is a supplier of grinding media to the mining industries, what we are seeing. Now, this would be used for the product and would enhance them to complete their portfolio in terms of where the mining equipment is concerned. Now, the products over there is critical to the mineral extraction in multiple minerals like copper and gold is what we are seeing. In terms of the acquisition that we are looking now, the Tega and Apollo will form a SPV as mentioned, wherein 77% of stake would be held by Tega and Apollo will hold the balance 23% stake. But it's the valuation multiple and the funding which is more important. Now, Tega will infuse about $361 million into this, which roughly translates to about 3,085 crore. If you just take a breakup of this in terms of how the debt and equity is, debt forms about 966 crore, while equity comes up to about 2,119 crore. For the same purpose, they're also considering a QIP. So this QIP in terms of how the funds would be arranged is something that we should be watching out for. Now, if you are looking at the valuation, it is valued at around 8.6 times of its FY25 EBITDA. While if you look at the EV to sales multiple, now this is more on the attractive side of about 0.96 times that the company was able to extract this acquisition that we are looking at. But it's going forward, the picture remains that is interesting, and the key reasons and the key rationale. Firstly, it is to enhance Tega's mining solutions portfolio. It will expand its global portfolio in these geographies that we are looking at. Other than that, what we are seeing is the combined financials as well after the acquisition. Now, with this, the revenue would add up to about 14,000 crore versus Tega's 1,641 crore. And EBITDA margin though remains a concern because if you look at Molycop, that has about 11% of a margin as compared to Tega's 23%. So more emphasis remains on the equity structure going forward.
All right, and the